a game. I don't know what it is about ESPN games, but another crazy game on ESPN, uh, and the EK support team and the EK haters are all out for sure. We'll break down this one right now. The Sharks against the Ducks, taking on Anthony Stolarz. Oh lordy, let's do this right now. Thanks for watching Teal Town After Dark. Good evening, everyone, or in some places, good morning. It is Tuesday night, November 1st, 2022, and the San Jose Sharks played and battled in this one, but come up short in a 6-5 shootout loss. And with that, we welcome you to Teal Town After Dark. This is your live interactive Sharks postgame. We do this after every single game, home and away, whether it's on NBC or ESPN. So if you want to be part of the show, Teal together and join the conversation. You can chat with us and fellow Sharks fans all over the world and in Sharks territory on the YouTube page or the app. You can follow us on the social, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, Spotify, you name it, all of that stuff. TikTok, Reddit, Discord, and find everything at tealtownusa.com. And if you want to support the pod, you can check us out on Venmo at tealtownusa. And with that, I say hello to Mrs. Dana Meyerson. What's up, my friend?
Happy All Saints Day. I realized I didn't get a chance to do any kind of cute Halloween anything, so I hope you guys will forgive me and let it be belated.
Happy, yes, happy belated Halloween. Happy, I guess it's
Ah,
Mariah
Dia de
Carey
los
season.
Muertos, all
Dia de
that.
los Muertos, yes, indeed. And in fact, we have Los Tiburones night coming up this weekend, so that'll be fun, indeed. But what a crazy game, my friend. This was through the roof. Wild.
Oh, where to start? Oh my gosh.
Shoeshine, tell EK this is how to do it. Stop winning the game for us so we can go for Petard, but get all your cookies aside from winning.
AJ has not been seen in days. He is missing. He is he is in shambles.
It's one of those ones, you're like, yeah, take that, but also at the same time it's like, okay, I get his point. Where was this the first few years? We had that little
Injury.
six that 6 week stretch in like 2018-19.
He just seems like a very like cerebral guy. Like he can get in his head. And I think David Quinn was not lying when he said, they asked him a very like what what is causing him to have like this resurgence or whatever. And he said one big part is just health. And I don't think he was lying, but I think it can't be just the injury stuff. I think he's a very emotional guy, and he's sometimes seems to be easily discouraged, but when he has got his mojo, he's got his mojo. Like he looked great tonight. Like everybody else looked
Yeah, and
like something.
oh yeah, it's something that like when you get it going, and maybe the departure of Brent Burns is a thing. And Shoeshine, you're echoing my sentiments. Maybe Brent Burns was too much fun for EK to be able to grump his way to a great season. you know, um, it's like yay, but that's frustrating. Um, and my VU meters are awful. Well, that sucks. Hang on, let me pump me up a little bit more. Chat, tell me if that's better. My apologies for that. Um, but we'll get going. I mean, this was a crazy game. I mean, to go through it, you saw, Adam Henrique getting his first goal, and then not even a minute later, Erik Karlsson gets his first goal of the game, his seventh of the season. 23 seconds later, they originally credited to Nico Sturm, but then they gave it to Karlsson. And
nobody knew who scored what goal for like the first 10 minutes of the game. I'm like, the Sharks scored 2 goals and I have no idea who scored them. We just had to wait.
Yeah, just a pair of goals from Erik Karlsson. Just it's one of those things where and that goes back to kind of Burns in the past. Throw it on net, and you'll get some good luck. And I think that's kind of what Karlsson's kind of doing now. Not necessarily literally at that corner of the point that Burns was.
Quite the opposite.
Yeah, but I think he's more open ice in getting that open, and he's using, his ability a lot. Unfortunately, the Ducks would get a pair of goals late, midway and late in the period. Henrique. That was
good plur.
Good plur. There's
Good
good
plur.
players and there could be good players, and sometimes they're just going to be something special. And Henrique, that one did not look pretty. I don't know if that was Cunning's guy or Benning's guy, but you guys, Sharks need to have their head on a swivel in some of that early on.
Defense is fake. Not a thing.
Not a thing, huh?
Oh my god, it's so chaotic.
Oh, jeez. That's crazy. And obviously, total of 27 shots on goal after one period. It's just like, okay, why not? We'll just keep doing that again in the second period. And I thought the Sharks had really dominated early on in the second, and then just kept getting into it, and then Meier gets a pair of goals, one of which he actually scored himself. But nice to see Timo on the scoreboard. Nice to see them get a power play goal.
Yeah, they didn't look half bad on the power play. It was kind of the only time there seemed to be kind of structure or order. If I'm in the dressing room now, I don't even know what to discuss. I think you just call it a night and unpack everything later.
It's just crazy. I mean, you look at it and it's like, kudos for getting 5 goals. Kudos for having 40 shots on goal offensively. I don't think they've had that in quite some time. On the other side, though, you gave up 44. Yeah, overall total shots were 44 apiece. Just a little crazy wild shootout. Now, granted, probably one of the more entertaining games the Sharks have had all season.
Yeah, I'm not really inclined to give the Sharks as a whole, as a team, a ton of kudos for this game, because both teams were just kind of trying to see whose defense could be worse. That's how I'd sum up the game. They were just very chaotic. I'm kind of embarrassed for both teams, honestly. Good on Erik Karlsson, though. And do you want to get into the goaltending?
Why not? Here's the thing. Anthony Stolar's in net. You don't get John Gibson, and it's obvious because Anthony Stolar's has just owned the Sharks. I think, I forget who was. I would think it was Pashelka put it out. He's 5-1 with the 1.79 goals against and a 946 save percentage. Freaking brick wall, which oh my god, why? No, come on.
I guess the save percentage technically went down.
Yes,
after this game.
That's true. You make a good point. Granted, an abysmal 886 for him, which I think was the same for Kakkonen. Oh man. Granted, you give up 5 goals, Dana, but both of them, both Stolars and Capo Kakinen, 39 saves. They had a lot of rubber thrown at them, and you could do only what you can do at this point when you get into a shootout.
Yeah. Kakinen got sharper, I think later in the game, and I was actually pretty impressed they didn't allow a goal during that power play and OT, because that can be a death sentence in many cases. OT was like the highlight for me for sure. It was a lot of fun to watch. And I was hoping once EK would get out of the penalty box, he would just swoop in, get the redacted trick, and that would be great. That's how the game ends in my fantasy.
Oh, of course, because I think he got the puck right after he got out of the box, and he was turning up, and everybody was like, "Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on!" It's like, oh, and they offensively they look good. Defensively, they have some stuff to work on. I'm sure if we get quotes from David Quinn, we're going to hear about it, just because it just seemed like it was a frustrating night, but you look overall, Erik Karlsson, a 4-point night, 3 goals and assist, +2. You look at some of the other ones, and you're frustrated with it, because Mario Ferraro -3 on the night. Matt Benning, who I think has become the new poster boy. Yeah, Matt.
I don't know her. Never met him.
Thank you, Mariah. But I mean, Matt Benning.
Glad someone gets it.
Yeah. It's November 1st. How do you not get it? I mean, come on. We already saw the video from her on her Instagram, of course. Yeah, Matt Benning -2, and really had a rough one. Kind of got picked on that second, or on that second goal from Vetrano, there, where they kind of just, the guys, and I called it out on Twitter. It's like the guys don't have their head on a swivel. It's like, come on, but. Going back to the first Timo goal, he gets tripped up. I'm shocked they didn't call penalty. Then he gets back up. Then he just, I'll go top shelf. That's fine. I mean, that had to feel like a relief coming from him. But then in the third period, I thought the Sharks dominated early on, and then Comtois gets the 5-4 goal, and you're like, ugh. No, they're going to lose it like this. And then Karlsson with another shot from the point to get the hat trick. Yes, his first career hat trick for Erik Karlsson, which, you love to see. I think as much as everybody, can poop on his defensive play and his injuries, I mean, you got to feel for the guy, for finally getting something, having a big night that he's slowly but surely becoming to have, so Erik Karlsson ties it up at 5, like you said, in overtime. What did you think that was a holding call?
I don't know. I don't know enough about the intricacies. What word am I trying to use?
Easy for you to say.
I don't know. It's not coming to mind. I'll have to look at it again.
But kudos to the Sharks PKers. Granted, Anaheim hasn't scored a power play goal on the road this season, so what a devastating way if that had gone through. But then the shootout, the Stolars was being Stolars, and Couture got in, but I was surprised that they went with LeBanc. And I mean, granted, I expected it for Karlsson get a chance on there, but surprised by LeBanc. I would have tried to go with Timo Meier since he's had the hot hand, but
Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be something psychological about Quinn's choices of, where when to play LeBanc when. But he looked okay tonight, more visible than some of the other players, which is good, I guess, because he was on the fourth line. Um,
And
but
and
yeah, I don't know. I feel like is Hertl's usually pretty good in the shootout. I think Cooch is definitely our best shootout guy, so that makes sense.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been something like, you know, LeBanc has done well in shootouts, which he's been pretty good on. And maybe just to get him going too, for that matter. We've seen people put in there for the shootout, just to get going. But uh, that's how it ends. The Sharks lose 6-5 in a shootout. Damn it. But overall, I mean, an entertaining game, Dana.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But I know we're gonna get to our favorite segment, which is the post-it notes. Look at her just glow all of a sudden. Those jack-o'-lanterns are dangling around like crazy. And we know we're not going to talk about 20% off and free shipping about that anyways. But you know what I'm talking about. But what do you got for us tonight?
Neither Cassie Campbell Pascal or Leah Hextall could pronounce Barabanov. Or maybe I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time.
No,
Every time. Barbanov.
they forgot the extra A in there. No, you're right.
Yeah. That just every time it was like nails on a chalkboard for me. um yeah, no, I mean, I know it's cliche, but like Leah Hextall's just not it for me. She just always sounds nervous. Like, your last name is Hextall. You have nothing to be nervous about. You're born to do this. Just calm down, sis. But I don't know. I'm not on like her, haters train. Like, I think she just needs to take a deep breath. What else do I have to say? My husband, before he went to bed, said that the all teal jerseys made him think it was like they were like the Power Rangers. I still really like the all teal look personally because, just why not be extra about it? Like, we're the only teal team in the league.
Right.
But I can see why someone would think that. And I also said seeing Erik Karlsson smile makes me smile. You get like he wears his emotions on his sleeve, and when he's frustrated, everyone in the building knows. But when he's happy, like he just has that like cheeky grin, and honestly, that made the game worth it for me. And you know what? Now that we have lost one in extra time, we can say we have we can go. What are we? 3-8 and fun. So until the next extra time loss. You can tack that at the end. The 378 and fun dream is still alive for y'all out there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and then I just said like these teams are just trying to see who has the worst defense. So again, like I don't know that if I were the Sharks, I would really try to draw much of any conclusions from this game because it's the Ducks. So whatever you do good, it's like, yeah, you should have. And if the flaws, it become even more apparent because like this game, I swear to God. The Ducks games are always the most fun though.
Yeah, they're it's always good with the rivalry, and this one's kind of toned down
because it's like, yeah, like we used to be, with Vegas, but like now, let's be real, guys. Like I don't know that that's a rivalry, at least right now. But the Sharks and the Ducks just being the bottom feeders of the league, like, are kind of, I'm kind of digging this little rivalry we're building. And they play the Ducks next, right? Isn't it?
They have Florida on Thursday, and I think Anaheim travels to Vancouver for a game,
Gotcha.
and then they come back down on Saturday.
Gotcha.
Why?
I'll be excited for that one.
It's one of those crazy ones, those crazy quirks in the schedule. Yeah, not getting any love from Leah Hextall on the chat, but we do have some quotes. So AJ, thank you very much. Uh, Matt Benning on Trevor Zegras. Yeah, he's mic'd up out there and yapping a little bit, and if he wants to play tough, I mean, I can play tough too. Said it was a cheap shot by Zegras, who they called it slashing, but it was a little bit of a shot to the to the place where the sun don't shine. I'm sure Matt Benny was like, yeah, he's mic'd up out there and yapping a little bit after the game, and I don't blame him. That's not fun. I would love to hear what Kevin Shattenkirk has to say, because he was livid.
Who's the coach of the Ducks now? Pat he's the GM.
That's the GM, Dallas Aikens.
Yeah, okay. If I were him, I'd be pissed. Like, you cannot get yourself kicked out of a game right before OT.
Yeah, and you're one of the best defensemen on
and
the
he's
team.
Supposed to be a leader. What is he like? He's like 40. He's like, whatever.
No, but you make a good point. You're supposed to. I mean, granted, you had a pair of assists, played nearly 20 minutes, even though you didn't play overtime. But yeah, you have to. Be. I don't want to say let's just say a leader, but guys look up to you. He's 33. How is he only 33?
Oh, why did I think he was 40? I thought he was way older.
I swear,
I don't know.
He
always seemed like a vet, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like I don't know what he's cussing at the ref or whatever. Like, that's the stupidest way to get kicked out of a game. Like, if you're gonna get kicked out of a game, do it for fighting, like sticking up for your team, like showing some cojones. Like, whatever. Just keep your mouth shut around the refs.
Yeah, shut your trap. But Erik Karlsson, tonight we are where we are for a reason, and that reason is to get an 18.5% chance. I don't know at this point. I know he's trying. I mean, he's obviously the leading defenseman, point getter for defenseman this season. Of course he is, because I don't have him in my fantasy team.
My husband does, and his team was auto drafted. He accidentally slept through the draft. Ended up with Erik Karlsson. He fell asleep before the end of the game, so I can't wait to tell him in the morning that Erik Karlsson had 4 points and a hat trick.
Oh.
Also has Jack Eichel, who I told him not to take, but I was super wrong.
Yeah, no, and hey, he had a nice goal against Washington tonight too. Definitely a cringy night all around for former Sharks. Dylan Gambrell, who's now an Ottawa Senator, took a 5-minute match penalty. That didn't look good, elbowing Eric Chernak of Tampa Bay. You have to think that he'll get a call from the Department of Player Safety and be like, hey, good job.
I never know. You never know.
Oh, no, you just never know. You wish you knew.
They'll make a funny video about it, Steve Dingle boys love to break those down.
It's like the Bart Simpson memes.
This is elbowing.
I didn't know that. And unfortunately for Alex Stalock, he took a hit to the head as his Blackhawks took on the Islanders tonight. So hopefully he's okay. But I think it was Zizekas got kicked out for the game on that one. So tough night for a couple of former Sharks. But yeah, craziness all around. Indeed. I mean, just crazy all around. So how many Post-it notes did you have, by the way? I meant to
4.
4.
So we're up to 17.
That's it, man. When are you back on again? Oh, that
I'm not sure, actually. I think I might have a break. This is my 5th show already.
No, you have been fantastic.
Busy bee.
It's been.
I have grad school apps to write.
Grad school, come on. No. You just graduated, so grad school is next. So, awesome to hear. Um, but awesome to have Erik Karlsson get a hat trick, even though it comes in a losing cause, 6-5 the final in a shootout. A couple other notes. Let's see here. Alexander Barabanov,
Barbana.
or Barbonov, played.
Barbados.
Sure. You know what? We'll call him Barbados. You know why? Because why not?
Why not?
He played in his 100th NHL game tonight. Anaheim is now 0 for 23 on the power play in the on the road this season. They're the second worst power play. They're the second worst penalty kill in the league. Well, you guys are supposed to be going nuts. So I mean, come on, Trevor Zegras, cover boy, NHL 23. You guys just apparently you might be breaking out the green District 5 jerseys in December. I know they're at least in the game now, which is, no. There were two things growing up that got me into hockey. It was the Sharks and those Mighty Ducks movies. So people know what to get me for Christmas and my birthday. I'm just putting it out there right now. Just one of those crazy games. Kakkonen. I mean, we can kind of piggyback on this one here. Kakkonen was supposed to be the guy that the Sharks wanted to have as their number one, and he saved 39 saves tonight. But it's tough to say. I think it's still a duo, and I think the Sharks were hoping that he'd be dominant to where they could potentially move.
I don't
Reimer.
think it's a duo. I think Reimer is 1A. Or A, or 1, or whatever. I mean, that's not the way they intended it, but... And Aiden Hill is off, doing well in Vegas. I really don't want to look back and be like, should we have kept Hill? But maybe if Kakkonen went to Vegas, he'd be doing well. I don't know. Reimer is just a special breed.
It's that post-Teal syndrome that usually happens with all former Sharks. Yeah,
for better or worse.
Yeah, and it just happens to be for the Vegas Golden Knights, who are I think 9-2 or 8-2. I mean, it's too early. I mean, it's November 1st. It's too early to look at standings, but I mean,
but it's fun.
But it's fun. Vegas has been killing it lately. Yes, thank you NHL.com for finally loading up. Vegas at 18, Edmonton at 14. The Seattle Kraken are in third place right now with 12 points. They're tied for LA. They have one fewer win, but LA has played one more game. Calgary 10. And then Anaheim with the win goes to 3-6-1. The Sharks go to 3-8-1. They both have 7 points.
3-8 and fun.
3 and fun. Excuse me. Sorry. My bad. Hertl, come on. We need the fun. You haven't scored in 11 games, my friend. God. And then Vancouver, 2-6-2, and they lost tonight to New Jersey. So for those of you on who are Team Tank, you are well, if it wants to load for me. There we go. For those on Team Tank, the Sharks are sitting currently in 29th place, only a point back of St. Louis, who's 3-5. Columbus, who's in Finland, they're going to have their global series this week. Vancouver is at 2-6-2, so they're right in the thick of it, folks. They're right in the thick of it. Of it. I know it's a loss. I know we're kind of excited because Erik Karlsson got a hat trick. But the fourth best odds, I'll take that. That's not too bad.
See, this game was fun bad. When I said on a previous show, like, I can't remember which game it was, Chicago, like, that was boring bad. At least this game was fun bad.
Right. And see, that's the thing. I think if they're going to compete and keep it interesting, uh, you know, um, I'll take that. And that's the thing. The thing is, though, is tonight's attendance was 10,058, which is easily the smallest crowd in Sharks franchise history. And it's tough. You have the excitement for the 49ers going on with Christian McCaffrey and everything going on with his 3-touchdown game. You have the Warriors, who defending champs, but they're kind of being a little sluggish lately. It's tough, and so we'll see. I guess Shang's kind of stirring it up a little bit. Shang, Quinn nodded at me silently 5 times when I asked if the 3-9 Sharks took the 3-6-1 Ducks too lightly before this game.
It's a weird question.
Very weird. I mean,
how do you take a terrible team? Well, I don't know. I think they knew they were bad, but the Sharks haven't done well against other bad teams, so.
And I think, after coming off what a crazy victory over Toronto on Sunday, I mean, I'm sure the Ducks were excited for it. They get back-to-back wins. There's something the Sharks haven't done in this season so far. More from Quinn. The first might have been as bad of a period as we played all year. Anaheim came ready to play. I like how we responded. We had a much better second, killed penalties, and got a power play goal.
That was not the worst period they played all year.
No, I was going to say...
by a long shot.
I was going to say, I remember the Carolina game. I remember the Chicago game and the Vegas game. And it's... Yeah, I don't think they've played their worst period this season. It wasn't exactly the best, but I mean, I thought they were in it still. I don't understand. I think he's being very hard on his team, and understandably so. They're not where they're at, but
I mean, in game 1, he was like saying they were fragile and demoralized, so that should have been a red flag.
Right? I just, I don't know. But I like what David Quinn says. I think there needs to be some of the truthness coming out. I don't think you wanted them to, sugarcoat it at all. So we'll see on that. I know we're kind of getting some quotes here and there, but we'll go from there. So if we do get any more, we'll let you know. But for now, in case you missed anything or you want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or your favorite podcatcher, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Odyssey. Of course, if you're watching us right now or you're watching the replay on YouTube, hit that like, subscribe, and of course smash that notification bell. That'll notify you when we do go on the air. So check us out there. We're getting more comments here. Quinn is being hard on the team because you go hard on guys when they keep making the same mistakes. Yeah. And that's the thing.
I agree. I just, I'm referencing the comments I thought were just a little too much for game 1.
Yeah.
But I think maybe he's hard on the team in a good way that Bob Bugner maybe wasn't.
Yeah. PJ asking, Eric, is Quinn being harder on the team than Sutter was early on? Yeah, Sutter wasn't as this quote machine as he was when he was here. I'm sure if we want to ask Jonathan Huberto, hey Huberto, how do you feel that your coach called you out for needing to go take a dump? Yeah, that's great. But hey, and Dave is saying, the way EK65 is playing, we'll have no problem trading him if the right offer comes. Yay, and everybody is on the table according to Pierre LeBrun, except for Hertl. So
Yes, I'm sure teams are tripping over themselves to trade for Vlasic.
yes,
Now that they're all on the table.
can you retain 95% of the salary? I don't think so. So, I'm not even gonna get into the ESPN coverage. It's I think it was last week was the first time they were on since 2004 on ESPN. Thursday there'll be online only on ESPN Plus. So for those who do like Leah Hextall and Cassie Campbell Pascal, you will have a treat for you on hand for sure. So and that is the next.
Cassie's fine. No.
Cassie Campbell Pascal is terrific. So is Jennifer Botterill, I think, who does TNT. Both of them are fantastic analysts. I'm not going to go too far off of the Leah Hextall cliff because I think that's been well noted, and you want to see that, just look in our live chat right now. That's for sure. And
she called John Klingberg Carl Klingberg. Did anyone else hear that? I know it happens. I'm not on the Leah Hextall dunking train. I swear. I want to see her succeed.
Hey, we're not all perfect, but teams can be better. That's for darn sure. So, I'm playing Tankathon right now. Let's see. All right, we actually won one. Wow, that's amazing. Montreal moved up 10 spots though. That's crazy. So there's your Tankathon for the night for sure. So with that, I think that's it for us. Excuse me. Sorry, Mrs. Dana Meyerson. So with that, your final thoughts, or where the people can find you. Besides sleeping the second we turn off the show.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting pucknologist. I'm interested to hear it. But honestly,
think Shirt's all ready to go with that one. Sorry.
Look, no, EK has deserved criticism on many an occasion.
Absolutely.
But praise tonight. I want to see Hertl do more, please. This is the only player whose jersey I own. Like, give me some. I want Hertl to have a standout game soon.
Yeah, let's hope Hertl can. Honestly, Timo's starting to get going. Hertl, and he took a tough hit to the back and he crashed in the boards. He came back.
Oh right. Gosh.
He came back, but hopefully he's okay. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes, and we'll go from there. I assume the cat's sleeping right now. Okay, I'm going to say that it's a yes. Okay. She's at Dana Mai with an extra Y. I'm at Puckguy14 on the Twitter and Instagram. We will be back with you on Thursday following Sharks and the Florida Panthers. Does Timo buy Silverberg dinner on Saturday night? Hey, if he hits a goal milestone, I say he should. That's for sure. But we'll be back with you Thursday night following Sharks and Panthers. That is an ESPN Plus game down here in the States. So be on the lookout for that. I believe it's myself and Ian Reed to break that one down. Also, Ian, Kevin, and Mark are doing Teal Tinted Glasses tomorrow night on the YouTube channel. So if you haven't already, again, hit that like button because we appreciate it. Smash that subscribe button to appreciate what the content we bring you. And, of course, hit that notification bell so when we do go live, you can check us out. But if you are watching us on replay, leave a comment below on what you think of tonight's game. Erik Karlsson, 3 goals and assists. Kaapo Kakinen, 39 saves, but he gave up 5 goals. And, yeah, the Tankathon is still on, and we just let Anaheim beat us by a score of 6-5 in an entertaining game that ends up being decided in a shootout. So, for myself and Dana, thanks for watching. We will see you Thursday following Sharks and Panthers, and until then, keep it real, keep it teal, keep it real teal. Have a great night, everyone. We will see you Thursday night.